Hi everyone, welcome to Mind Body Solution. This is low sensory adaptive yoga with me, Audrey. So today you can start seated or lying down, whichever you like. But please find a comfortable shape to start with. We're gonna do a little bit of movement to start with, actually. Let's just do like maybe a big stretch. We've been chatting about different things, about my dog, about the snow, about football / soccer. Um, you know, this is what you get when you join live. So maybe just do a big stretch, sway a little bit side to side, just to find your seat or your comfortable shape to start this practice, starting to connect with the root of the spine, with your body, with your breath, with this gentle movement just for a few seconds. We'll have a bit more time later on to do little bit more. And then starting to slow down and finding some stillness. Or you can continue to move if that's what you need to do, if that's what your body is craving right now. And then still with that connection with the root of the spine, let it ground you towards the earth. Find that support from the seat or the floor, the bed, and the earth. And from there, let's take 3 deep breaths together to arrive. Inhale and exhale. Maybe open mouth. Release. Inhale, deep. Inhale, coming from the root of the spine. And exhale, maybe from open mouth, maybe even sighing. Releasing into the earth, into the support beneath you. And one last breath. Inhale, taking energy, nourishing you all deep, deep, deep within yourself. All your cells are nourished. And exhale. Release. Arriving here in this moment, in this space, in this community all together. Arriving in your body, this body mind that is your home for this lifetime. Your place to start with this practice. Continue with these deep breaths if you like, or coming back to more natural breath. Keeping that connection with the earth, with the support, connection with your breath, with your spine, and all your body. Your eyes might be closed, or you may have found a soft gaze. Just taking a few moments to connect. Or create some space for silence for you to do so, to be with your own body, your own mind, your own breath. Just a few moments. And as you are connecting with your breath, noticing what it's telling you, and maybe what your body is telling you, what your mind is telling you in this moment, without judgment, away from the boundaries of good and bad or right and wrong. So taking in that information with curiosity, with openness. Today we're going to have a especially quiet, still practice to nourish you, prepare you ahead of the busy times that are coming, at least if you're in the US. And so taking in that information you received from your breath, your body, mind, you may decide to stay still and continue with your breath, maybe finding softer, deeper breaths, or if you'd like to practice that silence, that quiet, that stillness while moving, then I invite you to add some slow, gentle movements now for a few minutes. So this may start back again, bringing that gentle sway from side to side. Maybe back and forth as well. Not going too far. Adding some gentle neck rolls. Just gonna give a few options quite quickly so that you can find some inspiration if you need it, but otherwise just follow your own journey here with your own body. I'm gonna do a few twists from side to side. Keeping that connection all the while with the root of the spine, with that grounding with the earth, that connection with the breath. Maybe when you do some side bends, it's a really good movement to connect with your breath here. Noticing how it's changing when you're doing the movements, or different shapes. If you're lying down, you could, if that's accessible to you, you could bring your knees towards your chest and roll a little bit from side to side, or let the knees fall to one side, and then the head will head to the opposite side, so in a kind of a twist. Or you could do windshield wipers, so moving the knees from side to side. That's not accessible, you could do this with your arms, so arms to a T or much closer to the body, and then bringing one towards the other. This is also really good sitting as well. And then again, trying to marry this with your breath. If you're lying down as well, you could do some version of cat and cow. So aiming the chin towards the chest. You could do this sitting as well. Trying to find some rounding in the spine. And then as you inhale, arcing the back. Finding some space in the upper body. Any movement here really that helps you remove any stagnant energy so that we can be still and quiet for our restorative practice. Or you could already be still in your Shavasana or your own version of Shavasana today. So making sure that you're honoring the needs of your body. If you need to be still, if you need to move, if you need to go to the loo, if you need to have a drink, listen and honor that. So time for practicing this all together. So continue with your movements. So if you're ready, you can head to restorative pose, any pose, so Shavasana on your back, on the sides, on the belly. Whether that's, so that would be lying down. If that's accessible to you, you can try child's pose. You could do legs up the wall, forward fold, Supta Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Whichever you choose, make sure that you bring as much comfort as possible, so all parts of your body are supported, so that there is no more effort for you to do. So that may mean bringing some pillows to support your neck and your head. It could be having a blanket if you tend to run cold, some cozy woolly socks, or gloves or hats. It is the season after all. Well, it's not winter yet, but it does feel like winter already. You could also cover your eyes with an eye mask or a really light scarf. If you have like a bolster or a pillow, you could elevate the feet and the legs. That brings some relief to the lower back, and it's really good if you've got dysautonomia as well, like POTS. Really helps with the blood pressure. So really, there's loads of things that, you know, that you can do to bring yourself that comfort, that care. So please take your time. There is no rush. It's all part of the practice. So we're all taking that time to find that first shape, knowing that you can move at any point. And today we're gonna revisit tapas. We've already talked a little bit about it. It's our inner light, so we're gonna do a little bit of guided meditation around this. So tapas is the third of the niyamas. The niyamas are like the inner code of yoga, the inner code for living yoga. So it doesn't mean, yoga isn't just practice like meditation or asana or whatever, it's also how you live your life. And tapas is about self-determination, discipline, really helps us to connect with our passions, our insight, our intuition, and even our spiritual connection, our connection with ourselves, with others and the world. I see it really as it is, as our inner light, as like this fire that really keeps me going. So it's important sometimes to just like rekindle it a little. So that's why I thought it would be good to practice this again. And as you found our first shape, then connect again to the root of the spine, the support of the bed, the floor, the seats, and that grounding with the earth, that deep, deep connection with the earth, letting it fully support you. This is a time for you to forget what came before, what will come after. This is a practice of presence, practice of connection with yourself, with that tapas, with your inner light. And so connecting with that breath, noticing your breath again, the ins and outs, listening with an open mind and an open heart to this body, to this breath, and to this agni, that fire. And then if you like, place your hand on your heart center or on your belly or any parts of the body that you'd like. That's only an invitation. Just to connect even further to that breath. That breath of yours that's nourishing your prana, your life force. It's nourishing your tapas as well. Nourishing all the way down to your cells. So as you continue to focus on that breath, let your mind and your body be the guide. I'm only here to offer suggestions. And that tapas is a beautiful balance between will and surrender, that will to act, that will to change, that will to do good in the world, and to also surrender to what is. Surrender to trust, to hope. Surrender to your inner light, to your intuition. So maybe your inhale could be that will, and your exhale could be that surrender. And all of this has the same objective, a singleness of purpose, to be you. in all your beauty, in all your perfection, that true essence, your true nature. I'm gonna create some space for silence as you continue to connect to your agni, your tapas, your fire, that will and that surrender. I'm here, we only be in silence for a few moments. If that brings some anxiety, maybe notice a sound around you or notice the sounds that your breath makes or your body makes. If you need to bring some movement back into the body, then please do so. Well, see you in a little bit. Continuing with this for a few more moments, you may have noticed you have to bring yourself back again and again. That's okay. We humans, that's why we practice. That's why we tap into our tapas or in a fire to keep going and come back. And still, we've given ourselves grace, compassion. So continue to listen deeply. Listen deeply to your breath, to the grounding of the earth, to the root of the spine. Listen to what it is telling you. Be quiet, be stillness for a few more moments. Or maybe taking a note of what came out for you, what came up for you. And if nothing did, then that's okay. Maybe you'd like to journal for a few minutes. There's this really good poem by Mary Oliver that says, it doesn't have to be the blue iris. It could be weeds in a vacant lot or a few small stones. Just pay attention. Then patch a few words together and don't try to make them elaborate. This isn't a contest, but the doorway into thanks and a silence in which another voice may speak. So maybe the blue iris came up, or the weeds, or the small stones, maybe a few words. But as she says, it's not a contest. But we are trying to find that doorway into thanks and into a silence in which another voice, or whether our own inner voice, may speak. Few deep breaths, soft, gentle breaths, as we were getting ready to come out of the practice. Placing your attention to your heart center. Maybe you like to place your hands on top of your heart on Anjali Mudra, prayer pose, as a gesture of gratitude. Gratitude for ourselves, our body, minds, and all it allows us to do and access. Gratitude for this community, the wisdom, the laughter, the support. Gratitude for the earth as it keeps on holding us and nurturing us, and our ancestors and indigenous stewards of this land. We keep on protecting it. Gratitude for these sacred practices of yoga, indigenous to South Asia, and our teachers, teachers, and all practitioners before us who have protected these practices so that we can still benefit from them today. Taking a moment to acknowledge the effort it takes to show up and the courage to find our Agni or inner light. Maybe you'd like to also add a few words of gratitude. And if you'd like to share some or all of the merit of this practice to someone, a being or a group of beings, a cause, a lens, so that they may receive some extra support. And to serve this intention, I offer a blessing of metta, loving kindness, which you may join or listen. May all beings everywhere with no limits, including ourselves, be happy, be well, be at ease and at peace. May all beings be safe and free from harm and suffering. May all beings be free and liberated. Bringing back some gentle movement back into the body. Coming back into your space, maybe blinking open the eyes, welcoming back the light. Or if you have the time and space to do so, then please stay in practice. But if you have things to do, places to be, then I'll say thank you so much. I appreciate you, appreciate your efforts and your willingness to practice and to try things, new things, or revisit old things. So thank you and see you soon.